Right, first game of the season. Let's do this, guys. Let's do this. We have got Plymouth Argyle versus Barnsley and the rest of League One kicking off. Bloody finally, after all this wait, bloody finally, we're kicking off this season. I was meant to live stream this. It's gonna have to be uploaded instead, so it is what it is, but it's fine. But ayo, what can you do? So I'm just gonna get underway with what the matches are. Already Barnsley have got a throw. But yeah, we've got Barnsley. Bristol Rovers have Forest Green. Lincoln have Exeter. Accrington Stanley have Charlton. Port Vale have Fleetwood. Cambridge have MK Dons. Morecambe have Shrewsbury. Wickham have Burton. Cheltenham have Peterborough. Sheffield Wednesday have Pompey. Derby have Oxford. And Ipswich have Bolton. I may as well go through the lineups, actually. So, Barnsley are starting. We've got a free kick, meanwhile. But Barnsley are starting Brad Collins, Jordan Williams, Mads Anderson, Robbie Cundy, Liam Kitchen, Nicky Cadden, Luca Connell, Josh Benson, Callum Stiles, Devante Cole, and Jack Aitchison. Later on in the week, the EFL will upload all these matches to Sky, so I can see how each team have done in League One this season. So, but right now, I'm just listening to the live commentary because, unfortunately, with my subscription so far, I can't get the actual match. So, hopefully next week, well, I don't know about next week, because next week we're away to Fleetwood, but I'm at Silverstone, so I might not be able to watch the match. So, I'd have to find a way to get it sorted, but yeah, no, honestly, I'll find a way through it, but I'm listening to the match anyway, so yeah, come on, you Greens. That's all I can say, really, to all this now. But we are starting our player of the season last season, Michael Cooper, League One's keeper of the season last season. And then we've got Gillespie at the back with James Wilson, Dan Scarr, Gillespie, Wilson, Scarr, Butcher. We've got Matt Butcher playing. Our captain, Joe Edwards, number 8. And then Ryan Hardy up front. Danny Mayer. Oh no, Mumba is starting. I apologise. Ballymumba is starting. And then we've got our loanee, Finn Azas, on loan from Aston Villa. And then Mr. Randall, number 20, Adam Randall, who's come from the academy. Burton, Ennis, Whitaker, Lon Wyke, our new signing from Wolves, on the bench. Galloway, Jeffcott, Endicott, they're all on the bench. Azas is over this free kick, but 7 yards outside the right-hand corner of the Barnsley penalty area. We are 5 minutes into the game. Still no scores anywhere in League One at the moment. I'll get the other leagues up though anyway, just in case, to see if anything has been updated there. Because the Championship and League Two have kicked off today, apart from Huddersfield-Burnley last night, which was 1-0 to Burnley at the John Smith Stadium. Let's see how League Two are getting on. Everyone's kicked off in League Two. Yeah, no changes there. But I knew this was going to be a tough test because Barnsley have just been relegated from the Championship, along with Derby and along with Peterborough. So I knew this was going to be a tough test for Plymouth. But it was going to be a tough test anyway, because if you think about it, we've just come off with missing the playoffs by losing 5-0 to MK Dons. And we don't want to keep that consistency going, of inconsistency like that. So, it's a bit of a pressuring game, isn't it, for Steven Schumacher? I hope we out-sing Barnsley today as well. That's all I can say. Yeah, Forest Green away to Bristol Rovers today. Actually, while I'm here, I may as well give you my League One predictions. So, update. Fleetwood are 1-0 up against Port Vale. They are 1-0 up away to Port Vale. And you know what? I've predicted Fleetwood to finish bottom and get relegated this season, but the COD Army have just scored and they are away to Port Vale in Stoke-on-Trent. And the Fishermen have taken the lead away at the West Midlands. What a start for Fleetwood. What a start for Fleetwood's new manager as well. So, the first goal of the new League One season has gone to Fleetwood Town, who I've predicted to be bottom this season. Scott Brown's first game, taken over from Stephen Craney, who's returned to the under-23s coaching role. And Fleetwood have taken the lead at Port Vale, at Vale Park. Hardy and Azaz sprint forward towards it. A chance missed there for Argyle. Chance missed. Now, actually no. These are the changes into this season anyway. Lincoln have lost Michael Apperton to mutual consent. In comes Mark Kennedy. This is managerial casualties, by the way. Johnny Jackson's been sacked from Charlton to join Wimbledon. Ben Garner, the former Swindon manager, has come in. Like I said, Scott Brown's taken over from Stephen Craney at Fleetwood. Michael Duff, the former Cheltenham Town manager, has taken over at Barnsley today from Martin Devaney. And Michael Duff's playing today, full manager against Plymouth right now. Rob Edwards, the man who won Forest Green Rovers League 2, has just signed for Watford. In comes Ian Birchnell, the former Notts County manager. Michael Duff has left Cheltenham to join Barnsley, who's at Home Park at the moment. Wade Elliott's the new Cheltenham manager, and the biggest one of them all, Wayne Rooney, has resigned from Derby, and in comes Liam Rosanier as interim manager for the Rams at Pride Park. Derby are playing Oxford today, and I've predicted that to be a 1-1 draw. We'll go with my my score predictions as well. Hang on. Oh my God! Oh, it's still not away. Plymouth nearly took the lead then. That man again, Ryan Hardy. He's dangerous. I'll tell you what, that new signing we've got on loan from Villa, Azaz, he sounds so promising at this rate. Good start, but don't get too carried away. I've already labelled this Barnsley match as a tough match. They have just been relegated from the Championship, but they have lost a few of their star players. But they've got the former Cheltenham man in as manager. And I think he's a very good coach, Michael Duff. But with the amount of players Barnsley have sold this summer, that's why I've predicted Barnsley to finish 13th this season. But anyway, these are my predictions. I've gone with Fleetwood, Port Vale, Morecambe and Accrington Stanley to be relegated this season. It's a shame for Accrington Stanley, really, because they had a brilliant season last season in 12th place, just behind Ipswich. Argyle is so close to taking an early lead here. But yeah, Accrington Stanley finished 12th, 61 points. They beat Charlton. But yeah, I don't think they're going to have a brilliant second season in a row, and that's why Stanley are in my bottom four. Forest Green have lost their manager and sold a key of their players, but I think their heads will be high going into this season. I think Forest Green are going to just survive and finish 20th. Then I've gone with their Gloucestershire neighbours, Cheltenham, to finish 19th. They've lost Michael Duff, their manager, to Barnsley, like I said. However, they have kept hold of one of the best strikers in the league, Alfie May. He's absolutely phenomenal, Alfie May. And Cheltenham have kept hold of him. And that's why I think they're going to survive and finish 19th. 18th, I've gone with Cambridge. 17th, I've gone with our annoying cousin neighbours, Exeter. And then Lincoln to finish 16th. Funny enough, Lincoln and Exeter are playing each other right now at Lincoln Stadium. So, yeah, Lincoln, of course, got a new manager, Mark Kennedy. See, everyone, and yeah, they're playing at Sidsel Bank at the moment, Lincoln and Exeter. But honestly, everyone has written Exeter off this season, but I think they're going to be absolutely fine. Okay, so Exeter are 1-0 up, thanks to Sam Noom. Fleetwood and Port Vale. Port Vale and Fleetwood are level currently. Daniel Batty taking the lead for Fleetwood for the Cod Army. Port Vale equalising straight afterwards. And yeah, it is currently 1-1 at Port Vale's ground, at Vale Park. Oh my days. Another chance stayed out there. That was an opportunity for Barnsley, that was. Oh my god, we need to be careful. But yeah, no, Port Vale. Oh no, it's 2-1. It's 2-1 to Port Vale. Connor Hall has just doubled Port Vale's lead in the space of 2 minutes. Blackburn are now 1-0 up against QPR. And no, Port Vale, who have tipped to go down, along with Fleetwood, have just taken the lead here from Fleetwood at Vale Park. And now they look the much better side. Port Vale are 2-1 up here. Cambridge is still 1-0 up against MK Dons. Harvey Nibbs. And Morecambe and Shrewsbury are still goalless. Wickham have now tripled their lead. Josh Scowen has just tripled Gareth Ainsworth's lead. And as it stands, Wickham are going to be top of League One after today. Sheffield Wednesday still 1-0 up against Pompey. Thanks to Marvin Johnson. Cheltenham have taken the lead against one of the title favourites, Peterborough. Frankie Kent with an own goal for Posh, which means Cheltenham are 1-0 up. And Bolton are still 1-0 up at Ipswich, thanks to that penalty from Aaron Morley. I can hear the away fans now. I can hear the Barnsley fans. They're quite loud, aren't they? Come on, you tykes. Plymouth 0, Barnsley 0, Bristol Rovers 0, Forest Green 0, Accrington Stanley 0, Charlton 0, Morecambe 0, Shrewsbury 0, and Derby 0, Oxford 0. But I think that was Barnsley's best chance of the game just then. Blackburn 1-0 up against QPR. Bristol City are 1-0 up away at Hull, KCOM Stadium. Here's Hardy. Oh, flashed across goal. Carlisle still 1-0 up against Crawley. Walsall 2-0 up against Hartlepool. Crewe are 2-0 up against Rochdale. Barrow are now 3-0 up against Stockport. Billy Waters in the 33rd minute. Barrow are going to go top of League 2. Disaster for Stockport. Salford are now 2-0 up against Mansfield. So good news for them. Wimbledon still 1-0 up against Gillingham. Sutton 1-0 up against Newport. And Northampton 1-0 up against Colchester. Tranmere and Stevenage are goalless. Leyton Orient and Grimsby are goalless. Bradford and Doncaster are goalless. Harrogate and Swindon are goalless. And as for the Championship, Wigan and Preston are goalless. Luton and Birmingham are goalless. Cardiff and Norwich are goalless. And Charlton have just taken the lead against Accrington Stanley. It's Fraser with the finish, 36 minutes in. So, good news for the Addicts. Scott Fraser has given Ben Garner's side the lead. The man who's just moved from Swindon to Charlton, and the Addicts have hit the front. Away at Accrington Stanley. And Cheltenham are now 2-0 up against Peterborough as Swansea equalised against Rotherham. And it is that man again. It is Alfie May, one of the best strikers of League One last season. He's delivering once again this season, and Alfie May has doubled the Robins' lead. It's Cheltenham 2, Peterborough 0. I'll tell you what, it's been a disappointing start so far for all of the relegation teams from the Championship. Peterborough 2-0 down. Derby haven't scored yet. And Barnsley, good news being, can't find a way past us. And there's confirmation. Cheltenham are 2-0 up against Peterborough. It's good to see Adam Randall playing. So yeah, will be interesting. There we go. His reporter on Sky. I'm watching on my phone as well. He's at Home Park reporting. It's Joe Edwards. Go on. Edwards with the strike. Go on. Our Mumba's missed. Our new signing is missed. Once again, one of our best players, Joe Edwards, doing most of the work with that run. But here's Butcher. Oh my days, we still... Frustrated. We've dominated the game. We can't find a way through. Hang on. Anything else, Harry? You're joking. Calling for a penalty and the referee said no. Ipswich have equalised at Portman Road, meanwhile, against Bolton. Oh. The other thing I forgot to say, though, today was that the gutting thing about today is that, as my screen goes dark for some bizarre reason, one of our star players, Panucci Camara, who I know Pieface got on FIFA. Go on! Ryan Hardy again, and it's been blocked. Cundy striking back there. But no, one of our star players, Panucci Camara, who is highly rated on FIFA, and I know Pieface has got him a few times. He's not playing today against Barnsley, so I knew that was going to be making it harder for us. Listen to that amazing crowd. Oh my days. Yeah, Cundy was doing everything he could then for Barnsley. Nearly half time. Have there been any updates? 0-0 between Plymouth and Barnsley. 0-0 between Bristol Rovers and Forest Green in a Gloucestershire West Country derby. Exeter still 1-0 up. Charlton still 1-0 up. Cambridge still 1-0 up. Port Vale 2-1 up against Fleetwood. Morecambe and Shrewsbury are goalless. Wickham are tormenting Burton 3-0. Sheffield Wednesday 1, Pompey 0. Cheltenham beating Peterborough 2-0 as it stands. Ipswich and Bolton are 1-1 now. Ipswich have levelled with Bolton, and Derby and Oxford are still goalless. Nick Harris will not be happy about that at all. And neither will 4-0 written all over it, with Pompey 1-0 down against Wednesday. Neither will One Rovers Vlogs. They're 0-0 against Forest Green. Come on, lads. Yellow card. Yellow card for Callum Styles for Barnsley. So I believe Plymouth are going to have an advantage played to them here. Have there been any updates in the other leagues meanwhile? No, there haven't. Not in the Championship. Harrogate are 1-0 up against Swindon. Disaster for Swindon. Meanwhile, here's Mumba for Argyle. Good! Yes! Yes, come on! Oh, sorry, didn't mean to swear, but that's what we needed. We've been looking for that the whole first half. We've dominated his first half. Come on, you Greens. We're 1-0 up. Get in. Get in. Get in. Oh, yes. His league debut. The man on loan from Villa. Just what we needed. So, oh, my days. What a start. What a start. Ah, dominated the game. And we've actually got our chances stricken here. Plymouth 1, Barnsley 0. We've actually taken the lead before half-time. Oh, my days. I had my mum come into my stream in the background then, so I couldn't really talk, obviously. But, oh, my days, we're 1-0 up. Let's go! Oh, yes. Come on, you Greens. Well, Exeter, look who else is 1-0 up. Oh, just been waiting for that. That's our new signing, Azas, on loan from Aston Villa. Oh, 11 shots to Barnsley's 2. 3 shots on target to Barnsley's 0. And the Green Army have taken the lead against the relegation new candidates, Barnsley. The Tykes are 1-0 down. They've just been relegated from the Championship, and they're 1-0 down to what is Plymouth Argyle Football Club. Oh, yes. That's the start we wanted. Oh, my days. Oh, come on, you Greens. Pilgrims 1, Tykes 0. Oh, I genuinely thought before half-time, I was going to be absolutely livid, just not having any, just fisting across there. I thought we were going to go into half-time, just not scoring anything and having a frustrating first half. And Plymouth are 1-0 up against Barnsley. Take that, Pompey. You're 1-0 down. We're 1-0 up. Touch wood, I hope I don't jinx that. We got a second half still, and Barnsley could still turn on the screw. It's not over yet. We still got a second half. And also, I may be very happy because we've just taken the lead, but it is early days. It is the first game of 46. It is still early days. And there we go. There's the half-time whistle. Plymouth 1, Barnsley 0. It's 0-0 between Cardiff and Norwich. And that's not good news for them. Oh, yes. Great 45 minutes for Plymouth. First half. And now we've got to carry on with that in the second half. We've got to carry on with that during the second half. Wigan and Preston are still 0-0 in the Championship at the DW Stadium. So, as it stands, we're 7th in the league. Joint 4th with Charlton, Exeter, Cambridge and Sheffield Wednesday. Wycombe are top, Cheltenham are 2nd. And at the bottom are Burton. 3-0 down to Wycombe they are. Brilliant start for Plymouth. So, half-time at Home Park. 1-0 to Plymouth. Azaz, the man on loan from Villa. What a guy he's proven out to be so far. Finizaz, oh, sorry, I pronounced it wrong. But, again, brilliant start for us. But, yeah, I'm going to go through the half-time scores once everyone has gone half-time. It's goalless at Bristol Rovers at the Memorial Stadium as my screen goes black once again for some bizarre reason. I apologise for that. It's Bristol Rovers 0, Forest Green Rovers 0. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It might just be my lighting with my computer screen. I don't know, but I might open my curtains for the second half. It might make it better. But Bristol Rovers 0, Forest Green 0 at the Memorial Stadium. Exeter are 1-0 up half-time at Sincil Bank, the home of Lincoln City. Good start for the Devon clubs, isn't it? For the South West. A good start for the far South West. With Plymouth and Exeter both 1-0 up. Charlton are 1-0 up at Accrington Stanley. Not a good start for Stanley. And, that's something Accrington's manager, John Coleman, will not be looking forward to at all here at Crown Ground. Port Vale 2, Fleetwood 1, half-time. Port Vale, what a start for Port Vale. And everyone, including myself, has tipped them to go down. As with Fleetwood as well, to be fair. But what a start for Port Vale. 2-1 up at half-time. Cambridge 1-0 up against MK Dons. At home, for Cambridge. MK Dons have been woeful so far. Cambridge have absolutely dominated that game so far. But the Dons could change at half-time. Morecambe and Shrewsbury, 0-0. 0-0 at the Shrimps's ground in the northwest of England in Lancashire. Wycombe, though, are top of League One at the moment. Gareth Ainsworth's side is currently top of the table. 3-0 against Burton. Brilliant start for the Chairboys. My League One title favourites, Sheffield Wednesday, are currently 1-0 up against Pompey at Hillsborough. Good start for them. Not a good start for Pompey, but Sheffield Wednesday have still dominated that game. So not looking good for Danny Cowley. Cheltenham 2-0 up against Peterborough. Brilliant start for Cheltenham. And I'm not surprised that Alfie May has once again been on the goal scoring sheets. He's one of the best players in the league, strikers in the league, Alfie May. It's just the team around Cheltenham that I thought would struggle this season, but they've done brilliantly to keep Alfie May. And that's why I've tipped Cheltenham to survive this season. Brilliant from them. Derby and Oxford, 0-0 at half-time at Pride Park. 0-0, not a good start for Derby. Disappointed for Oxford. And it is 1-1 between Ipswich and Bolton. So, you know what? I'll take that first half so far. Let's rumble through the Championship. Blackpool 1, Reading 0, Cardiff 0, Norwich 0, Rotherham 1, Swansea 1, Blackburn 1, QPR 0, Luton 0, Birmingham 0, Hull 0, Bristol City 1, Wigan 0, Preston 0, Millwall 1, Stoke 0. And then League 2, Carlisle 1, Crawley 0, Walsall 2, Hartlepool 0, Harrogate 1, Swindon 0, Bradford 0, Doncaster 0, and Doncaster have had Lee Tomlin sent off already. The first red card of the new season. Lee Tomlin sent off for Donny right at the end of the first half. Leyton Orient and Grimsby are goalless 0-0. Crewe are 2-0 up against Rochdale. Away at Rochdale. And Barrow are tormenting Stockport. 3-0 for Barrow. Salford 2, Mansfield 0. Wimbledon 1, Gillingham 0. Sutton 1, Newport 1. Tranmere 0, Stevenage 1. And Northampton 1, Colchester 1. Colchester have equalised. Freddie Sears with a penalty for the Essex club. And it is Northampton 1, Colchester 1 going into half-time. And then as for Stevenage, Stevenage have taken the lead in Birkenhead at Tranmere's ground. Jake Reeves has taken the lead for Stevenage. And that is your score so far for the first half of the new season of English football. So yeah, I'll be back for the second half, guys, so stay tuned. Cheerio. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We've got a second half coming underway. The players have just come back out. What an end to a first half, honestly. I could not quite believe it at all. No, honestly. Brilliant first half for us. Honestly, we've got to keep that going. We've got to keep this badge and get more than one goal. 100%. Come on, the boys. Come on, the boys. And then my famous tracksuit. I'll be wearing this hopefully throughout the season. And the white shirt, that's the shirt I'm going to use whenever we're away. It just makes sense. We're home today, so I'm wearing the home shirt. But yeah, honestly, that's just the start we would have honestly wanted. Because we dominated that whole game. Couldn't find a chance. And literally, we couldn't find a single chance. And our chances have finally paid off. Plymouth have taken the lead. Happy days, happy days. So, here we go. Kick-off for the second half is about to begin. I'm just going to move everything over here, so I do apologise. Stupid headphones nearly got tangled then. Oh, man. Okay. So, Michael Duff, the Barnsley manager, has just made some substitutes. So that's news there for Barnsley. Already Ryan Hardy's chasing the ball for us. Right, Robbie Cundy's off. Conor McCarthy is on for Barnsley. That is the change. That is the change Michael Duff has just made. We're at the start of the second half. It's still 1-0 to the mighty Argyle. And let's see if there's been some early score changes. No, there hasn't. Everything is still the same as it stands in League One. There has been an update in the Championship. Cardiff have just taken the lead against Norwich. Oh, hang on. Jordan Williams for Barnsley was alert then for another Plymouth chance, and it is an Argyle corner. I need to put Gillette Soccer Saturday back on. Oh, apologies for the sound there. Anyway, Cardiff taking the lead against Norwich. Roman Sawyers, the former West Brom player in the Premier League, has given the South Welsh side the lead. Norwich 1-0 down, still continuing their losing form from the Premier League. As it stands. Blackpool 1, Reading 0 still. Rotherham and Swansea are level 1-1 at the moment. Goalless between Luton and Birmingham and Wigan and Preston. There has been an update at... No. I thought there was. No, my bad. I apologise. I just realised I looked at that one earlier. I thought there was an update between Sutton and Newport in League 2, but there isn't. So that stays the same. Barnsley are pressing Argyle high here, so this is a bit worrying. But it would be a cracking start to start the opening day with a win. Considering last season we started with a defeat to Rotherham. But to be fair to Rotherham, they got promoted. And they were much better than us last season. They beat us both times last season, Rotherham. And this is one of Rotherham's biggest rivals, Barnsley, South Yorkshire. So this could be doing Rotherham a favour. Barnsley just played it back then to O'Connell. And now Callum Styles for Barnsley. Plymouth need to be careful here. Wilson doing our defending. And Joe Edwards has just covered it all off once again. Now let's see if Azaz can get a second. Let's see if Finn Azaz get an assist. No, get an either assist or another goal. But yeah, Joe Edwards and James Wilson are all also best mates, so that even helps even more with the squad getting together. Pompey have equalised. Pompey have equalised at Hillsborough in that huge clash between Sheffield Wednesday and Portsmouth. Danny Cowley's men have found a way to equalise. It's Conor Ogilvie who's equalised for the South Coast Hampshire side from the men from Fratton Park. And they've started this second. It looks like they started the second half a lot better than the first half. So that's good for Pompey. Here's Aitchison. That's my guy, Cooper. Barnsley are appealing for a penalty, but nothing going their way. Great save by Cooper. Although, I've just jinxed Pompey here. Sheffield Wednesday have just retaken the lead against Pompey. It's Faisayo Deli Bashiru. 52nd minute for Wednesday. Wednesday retake the lead against Pompey. Danny Cowley's once again got work to do. Tranmere and Stevenage are level in League 2. And Lincoln, not good news for Exeter. Lincoln have just equalised. Tom Hopper, 49th minutes for Lincoln City. Lincoln have started the second half so much brighter now. And they are giving Exeter now much more of a game here. 1-1 here at Sidshill Bank between Lincoln City and Exeter City. Matt Taylor's side have got work to do. $49 minutes gone. No, 55 minutes gone between here. 55 minutes here at Argyle and Barnsley. A bit earlier elsewhere. There's confirmation that Lincoln have equalised against Exeter. Wycombe are still top of League One after round 1 as it stands. They're still comfortably 3-0 up against Burton Albion. And the Brewers look absolutely dreadful from what I've seen on the stats. I can't wait to see the EFL highlights later on in a few days' time to see how everyone actually did play. But that's not looking good for Burton. Here's Joe Edwards. Oh, go on. He's gone for goal. Side netting. Well, that's a good thing, though. I know it's not good that we've missed, but the good news is that we're going for all these chances. And it shows the dedication, passion, and commitment into going for these goals. You're not just like passing around everything the whole time and just not bothering to score. Everywhere else stays elsewhere in League One. Still 1-1 at Portman Road. Still goalless at Pride Park. 2-1 at Hillsborough. 2-0 at the Johnny Rock Stadium. 3-0 at Adams Park. Here's Azaz for Argyle. Cardiff still 1-0 up against Norwich in the Championship. 3 Argyle shirts in the box. Here's Kitchen. Kitchen for Barnsley. Elsewhere, the Championship hasn't changed. Harrogate are 2-0 up against Swindon. Matty Daly scoring for Harrogate. Walsall 3-0 up. They are tormenting Hartlepool. Danny Johnson's got a second for the Saddlers. Stockport have got one back against Barrow. As the former Plymouth player himself, Anthony Sarcevic, who scores for County, and Stockport do get one back in League Two against Barrow. Salford 2, Mansfield 0 still. And yeah, everyone else hasn't changed. And Leyton Orient has just scored against Grimsby. 1-0 to Orient in League Two against a side that I thought was going to do really well this season in League Two. Hardy finds Azaz. Low ball in towards Hardy. That's very good defending there by Barnsley. Luke O'Connell, the new man for the Tykes, for a side that have sold a lot of players this season. Go on! Oh, Edwards has put it wide. Once again, Joe Edwards is in the right place at the right time, and it's just wide and misses out. Again, summing up Plymouth's day. But we are 1-0 up still, thanks to Azaz. Our new loanee from Aston Villa, who has got himself underway in a green shirt. Yeah, that was a lot better from us, that second half, because Barnsley have been a bit more pressurous here this second half. It's 2-2. It's 2-2 at Hillsborough. Pompey have equalised again. It's Michael Jacobs with the equaliser. Pompey are giving Wednesday a run in for their money. That's brilliant from Pompey, because Sheffield Wednesday, from what I've seen in the stats, have looked so dominant that game. But Pompey are giving the League One favourites, the League One title favourites, a hard time today. And that will be, if Pompey come out with a point today at Hillsborough, I think Danny Cowley's going to be absolutely delighted with that. And Forest Green have just taken the lead against Bristol Rovers. The home side at the Memorial Stadium are now 1-0 down to the most well-known vegan club in the country. It is 1-0 to Forest Green Rovers, the champions of League Two last season. Brilliant stuff from them. And that means Joey Barton's side, who I've tipped so high to do so well this season, and a surprise this season to do so well, are 1-0 down. 0-0 still at Pride Park between Derby and Oxford. Who scored for Forest Green? It was Jordan Moore-Taylor in the 55th minute for the Green Devils, and Forest Green Rovers are 1-0 up. Still 1-1 between Lincoln and our cousins Exeter. So Forest Green, out of the promoted sides, Forest Green and Port Vale are going to get 3 points as it stands on opening day. Exeter the 1 point, and Bristol Rovers absolutely nothing. Here's Danny Mayer. Hardy, Zaz, Edwards. Oh, another missed chance for Edwards. Oh, I slammed it in frustration, the ground. He has slammed the ground of Home Park in frustration, and I cannot blame him for that one bit. Again, he's had a missed opportunity. And there's been an update in Cheltenham, in Gloucestershire. Peterborough have got one back at Cheltenham. It's Jack Marriott for the Posh. It's Cheltenham 2, Peterborough 1. Can Peterborough stage a comeback? There's still no goals coming at Derby between them and Oxford. Wickham still top of League One on opening day as it stands. A great day so far for Gareth Ainsworth. It should be 3-0. We've just had 2 clear chances missed and one in the first half. We should be 4-0 up against Barnsley right now. But those opening minutes there in the second half were a bit dangerous from Barnsley, because they looked to try and turn the screw back on. But we've held on. Plymouth have held on. We haven't made a change yet. But look at that. 16 shots for Plymouth compared to Barnsley's 4. And 4 shots on target to Barnsley's 1. Barnsley, however, are doing a lot better on possession, and they are closest with passes and pass accuracy. But they have had 2 yellow cards so far this game as well, Barnsley. We've had none, which is good news, considering we went one player down against MK Dons because of Jordan Houghton's red card in that horrible 5-0 defeat at the end of last season. 65 minutes into this game, free kick Barnsley. Plymouth have to defend everything they can here, because we've dominated this game, and these missed chances, we cannot let this slip to a 1-1 draw. We've dominated this game. We cannot let Barnsley equalise. Mumba. Another missed chance. Here's Azaz. And now Randall once more for us. Oh, doing everything we can here to preserve this lead. Millwall are 2-0 up now against Stoke. And Pompey have just taken the lead at Hillsborough. Pompey have just taken the lead at Hillsborough. It's 3-2 to Portsmouth at Hillsborough. Amazing turnaround for Danny Cowley. It's Colby Bishop, the new signing for Portsmouth from Accrington Stanley. And that will be a disaster for Sheffield Wednesday, considering they have looked the much better side, statistically wise. And Pompey have gone and turned it around. So Pompey are 3-2 up now at Hillsborough. That's a brilliant turnaround for Danny Cowley's men. Leyton Orient are 2-0 up against Grimsby. George Monker's penalty, and then Thomas James doubling Orient's lead. Grimsby have work to do. It's Finn Azaz's goal that's the difference so far. Peterborough have equalised at Cheltenham. So there has been an update at Johnny Rock Stadium. It's 2-2 between Cheltenham and Peterborough. Cheltenham's superb start has now faded, and Peterborough have really hit back here in Gloucestershire. And it's Johnson Clark-Harris who doubles the Posh's lead. When I highly praised Alfie May this first half for being one of the best strikers in the league, and he's delivered once again for Cheltenham. Peterborough have fought back, and it is Cheltenham 2, Peterborough 2. Substitution for Barnsley. Aitchison's coming off. And it's Aidan Marsh who is coming on. And he came through the ranks for the Tykes. Remember, we still got to go to Oakwell to play Barnsley later on this season. And Luke Thomas and James Norwood are on for Barnsley. With Devante Coles off as well, as is Josh Benson. And yeah, Conor McCarthy, of course, earlier went on for Robbie Cundy. So, 72 minutes gone here at Home Park. Meanwhile, there's been an update at Accrington Stanley. Stanley have found a way past Charlton Athletic, and Stanley have equalised. It's Accrington Stanley 1, Charlton 1. Sean McConville has equalised for Accrington Stanley. The team that finished 12th in the league last season has found an equaliser against the team who finished 13th last season in the league. Accrington Stanley 1, Charlton 1. Nowhere else has changed. That's the only update at the moment in League One. Championship, no changes. And Walsall have now gone 4-0 up. They are absolutely... Look at that stats, apart from the possession, but they're tormenting Hartlepool. The Saddlers are tormenting Hartlepool. This is looking amazing from Walsall. And Danny Johnson has had a hat-trick for the club. What a start for Walsall this season in League 2. Brandon Cobley with 1 goal and then Danny Johnson with the hat-trick. It's Walsall 4, Hartlepool 0 in League 2. Rochdale have got one back against Crewe. So it's Devante Rodney who scored for Rochdale. Crewe still lead though. And Wimbledon double their lead against Gillingham. So it's Ethan Chislett first in the first half and then Jack Curry the second half. And this is not looking good for the men from Kent. Gillingham 2-0 down. Argyle are doing everything they can to prevent Barnsley from taking level things up here. Here's Mayer to Azaz. Here's Joe Edwards once more. Too many green shirts in the middle. Now it depends if we can play it forward because I don't want it to pass back. Mumba's there and it's another missed chance. It's a shame Panucci Camara's not playing. I hope... I'll see what the news is on him, but I'm hoping he's back for Fleetwood next week away. I hope we don't sell him either. I really hope we don't sell him. He's such an important part to our midfield. And I know Burnley have been looking to sign him as well. Hopefully, Kamara's back for the Fleetwood game next week. There's been an update at the Memorial Stadium. Bristol Rovers and Joey Barton have found a way to equalise. It's 1-1 between Rovers and Forest Green. It's Aaron Collins in the 71st minute. 1-1 in a West Country derby between Bristol Rovers and Forest Green Rovers. It's a Rovers derby as well, as I forgot to say. And Peterborough have just taken the lead at Cheltenham. It's once again Johnson Clark-Harris with the second goal to triple Peterborough's lead. Peterborough 3-2 up now, and that'll be a shame for Cheltenham because Cheltenham had such a superb start to the game and they have just lost. They've gone from 2-0 up to 3-2 down. What a comeback from Peterborough as it stands. Can Alfie May and co find a way back? And Argyle are looking to make a couple of changes. Niall Ennis is coming on for Ryan Hardy. Shame Ryan couldn't get on the score sheet today. Yeah. And Azaz has come off as well. What a first game. What a first game. Score on your debut. That's incredible. I remember Samir Nasri doing this all these years ago back at Arsenal. And now look what Arsenal fans think of him. Matthew Wolf has come on for Barnsley as Luke O'Connell's come off. Oh, the Community Shield lineups have been announced as well. Man City, Liverpool. Foden's on the bench, as is Stones, as is Gundogan. It's Joe Edwards. It is a throw for Barnsley. 2-0 Millwall. Cardiff have had a player sent off, even though they're 1-0 up against Norwich. Perry's been off. Perry has been sent off for Cardiff. And the Bluebirds are down to 10 men. It's still 0-0 between Luton and Birmingham and Wigan and Preston. Harrogate 3-0 up against Swindon. Jack Molden has just tripled Harrogate's lead. It's been a disastrous start to the season for Swindon. Harrogate's dominated this game. Northampton have taken the lead against Colchester. And it's a penalty from Sam Hoskins. Colchester will not be happy with that. It's 2-1 Northampton at Sixfields. And Stockport have got another goal back. It's that Barrow still lead. Paddy Madden for Stockport. It's currently 3-2 to Barrow. But Stockport have got a goal back. That's still the biggest scoreline of the day. 4-0 to Walsall against Hartlepool. Luke Thomas back to his feet for Barnsley. 81 minutes into the game. We've got 9 minutes to go, which will complete the first game of the season. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping as well. So we're 1-0 up against Barnsley, but we gotta hope for this scoreline to carry on like this and get more goals, because we can't just rely on being 1-0 up all the time. 3-3 at Hillsborough. Wednesday have found another way back. And it's Fisayo Deli Bashiru once again for Sheffield Wednesday. What an opening game at Hillsborough between two possible title candidates in League One this season. It's Sheffield Wednesday 3, Portsmouth 3. I'm just vibing to the fans in my headphones. All right, now at Home Park watching this. Oh, it was, wasn't it? Beautiful left-footed curler from Azaz. Still 0-0 between Wigan and Preston. Ryan Lowe's club. Okay, 5 minutes to go. Come on, boys. We've got to keep this together. Here's Randall trying to flip the Barnsley defence. And there has been a goal. There has been a goal at Pride Park. Derby have actually finally taken the lead. And it's the former Plymouth man himself, Conor Hurahan. It's Derby 1, Oxford 0. Nick Harris will not be happy. "1-0 Derby at Pride Park. And they take the lead without Wayne Rooney in charge. Once again, brilliant positioning there from Adam Randall for us. But Barnsley have it again. Well overhit from Barnsley. Relief for us. Relief for Plymouth. Yeah, Hardy and Azaz were off. Ennis and Whittaker, of course, came on. Here's Joe Edwards. Edwards has gone for goal again and misses. Our attendance today at Home Park was 14,624, including 932 from Barnsley. That's fantastic. This is what we need for our club. And Plymouth have voted Bali Mumba as our man of the match today. He's had a cracking game though, hasn't he? Still a slender advantage, still 1-0 to us. Have there been any updates in League One? No, there haven't. Nothing's changed. At Cardiff, though, there has been a change in the Championship. Norwich have also got a man down. Grant Lahanley, ex-Premier League player last season, has been sent off for Norwich. I just heard the crowd then in the background. Free kick, Plymouth. Grant Handley's been sent off for Norwich, and Norwich's day is going from bad to worse here against Cardiff. Still 2-0 Millwall. Goalless at Wigan, but Preston have had a man sent off. Ched Evans has been sent off for Ryan Lowe's side. And it's still goalless between Luton and Birmingham. Here's Barnsley on the attack. What a sliding challenge from Gillespie. You know what? I'll take that. I thought Barnsley looked dangerous for a bit then. It's 2-2, by the way, at Sixfields. Colchester have equalised once again. Noah Chilvers has equalised for the U's, the Essex club. And it's now Northampton 2, Colchester 2 in League 2. Brilliant defending from Wilson. And Cooper's punched it clear. Thank God. Oh my God. I swear to God, after dominating, if Barnsley get a late equaliser, I will not be happy. Right, Danny Mayer's coming off. Jeff Cott's about to come on. It's a throw for Barnsley. Forest Green have just taken the lead against Bristol Rovers. Retaken the lead. It's Regan Hendry who has retaken the lead for Forest Green Rovers. And the League 2 champions, the League 2 reigning champions, could be walking away from Bristol Rovers today with all 3 points. Full time at Ewood Park. Blackburn have beaten QPR 1-0. Here we go. 60 seconds to go of injury time. Come on, guys. Big header away by Gillespie. Jeff Cott. Oh my days. I'm just waiting for the referee to blow the whistle now. I'm just waiting for the referee to blow the whistle. It is a Barnsley throw. I'm waiting for the whistle. I'm waiting for the whistle. It's Collins. Cooper's saved it. Cooper's dived to it. Devonport ends rocking as usual. Finazaz, what a guy. Come on, I hope this is it. Yes! Full time! 3 points, round 1. And I got my prediction spot on. I said it would be 1-0, and it was 1-0. 3 points, round 1. It's early days, long season ahead, but that's a good start. Good start. Plymouth 1, Barnsley 0, full time. That's brilliant, that's brilliant. Oh, get in, get in, get in, get in. And that's it. Well, the Green Army strives on. As I hear Sweet Caroline as usual. Well, it ends 1-0 to Plymouth. So, but I'm not going to end the stream yet because I'm waiting for the rest of League One's fixtures to end. Morecambe and Shrewsbury have finished 0-0. Goalless between the Shrimps and the Shrews. Sweet Caroline. Ba, ba, ba. Goalless draw at the Globe Arena between Morecambe and Shrewsbury. So, it ends all there. Sheffield Wednesday have ended the game at Hillsborough with a sending off from Lee Gregory right at stoppage time. But I think it's going to end 3-3 between Sheffield Wednesday and Portsmouth, which is excellent news for Plymouth. Ipswich and Bolton 1-1. That's excellent news for Plymouth as well. But that's fantastic. What a start to the season. Now, can we do it again and beat Fleetwood next week? Away to Fleetwood next week. That's not going to be easy. Although I have predicted Fleetwood to go down. Okay, so Cambridge have beaten MK Dons by 1-0. Harvey Nibbs. It's ended Blackpool 1, Reading 0, Cardiff 1, Norwich 0, Rotherham 1, Swansea 1, Luton 0, Birmingham 0. Hull have just taken the lead against Bristol City. Is that the win for the Tigers? Wigan and Preston still 0-0. And Millwall get off to winning ways 2-0 against Stoke. And Accrington, Stanley and Charlton have levelled things up at 2-2. Right at the end. Miles Leaburn in stoppage time took the lead for Charlton. And then Adedoyin has equalised right at the death for Stanley. And it's 2-2 in Accrington. Sheffield Wednesday 3, Portsmouth 3, just been confirmed. Derby winning ways against Oxford 1-0. Peterborough beat Cheltenham 3-2. Lincoln and Exeter draw 1-1. What about League 2? Carlisle beat Crawley 1-0. Walsall destroy Hartlepool 4-0. Harrogate destroy Swindon 3-0. Leyton Orient beat Grimsby. No, that's not been confirmed yet. But as it stands, Orient are 2-0 up against Grimsby. Crewe 2-1 up against Rochdale. They've beaten Rochdale 2-1. Salford have beaten Mansfield 2-0. Wimbledon have comfortably beaten Gillingham 2-0. Stevenage have beaten Tranmere 2-1 away. That's mental, that's mental. Just waiting for these last few games now to get confirmed as I watch the rest of Gillette Soccer Saturday. I'll probably end the stream actually when League One finishes. Wickham and Burton are still going, as are Bristol Rovers and Forest Green, as are Port Vale and Fleetwood. There must be a huge injury between one of those games if they've carried on. Wickham and Burton have finished. Wickham are top of League One. They've beaten Burton 3-0. And what a start to the season for Gareth Ainsworth. But more importantly on here, what a start for Stephen Schumacher and our boys Plymouth Argyle, beating Barnsley 1-0. And we're 7th in the standings as it stands, just ahead of Pompey, who drew with Sheffield Wednesday. It has ended Port Vale 2, Fleetwood 1. So we're just waiting for Bristol Rovers against Forest Green. It's still 2-1 Forest Green. This will be a nightmare start for Joey Barton and Bristol Rovers. Still going at the Memorial Stadium. Wigan and Preston have ended 0-0. Hull and Bristol City is still going. Bradford Doncaster still going. Northampton 3-2 up against Colchester. Sutton and Newport 1-1 still. Stockport Barrow still 3-2 to Barrow. Still going. Still going. It ended 1-1 at Ipswich, between Ipswich and Bolton. And it's still going at Bristol Rovers. Can Forest Green get their first win of League One? They still haven't finished yet at Bristol. Hull have beaten Bristol City 2-1, so that is the championship finished for today. Which means Millwall are going to be top of the league as it stands in the championship. And still a few games still going. Still a few games going in League Two. And it has ended eventually at Bristol Rovers. Bristol Rovers lose 2-1 to Forest Green. And I'll tell you what, that's a cracking first win for Forest Green Rovers. So there you go. That is League One finished for today. So I'm going to read you out the scores one more time. Plymouth 1, Barnsley 0. Come on, you Greens. Bristol Rovers 1, Forest Green 2. Lincoln 1, Exeter 1. Accrington Stanley 2, Charlton 2. Port Vale 2, Fleetwood 1. Cambridge 1, MK Dons 0. Morecambe 0, Shrewsbury 0. Wickham 3, Burton 0. Sheffield Wednesday 3, Portsmouth 3. Cheltenham 2, Peterborough 3. Derby 1, Oxford 0. And Ipswich 1, Bolton 1. So this is the table after the first round. Let's have a look. It's early days though, of course. It's still early days. Only been one game of the season, of course. Burton, Oxford, MK Dons and Barnsley wrap up the bottom 4. 20th is Bristol Rovers. 19th is Fleetwood. 18th is Cheltenham. And those from 18th to 24th, they are your bottom 7 who have all lost today. Cheltenham quite unlucky, to be honest, because they were 2-0 up. And Alfie May once again getting on the goal-scoring sheet. 17th is Shrewsbury. 16th is Morecambe. Goalless between those two. 15th Lincoln. 14th Ipswich. 13th Exeter. 12th Bolton. All 4 of those drawing 1-1. Accrington Stanley 11th. Charlton 10th. Sheffield Wednesday 9th. Portsmouth 8th. And they all got 1 point. And then your top 7 who have got 3 points today. Plymouth 7th. Derby 6th. Cambridge 5th. Port Vale 4th, Forest Green 3rd, Peterborough 2nd, and after round 1 of League One 2022-23, it's Wickham and Gareth Ainsworth who are top. So there you go. Oh my days, what a start to the season. And once again, my chair, well, actually me on my bed watching that is just me off the edge as usual. So yeah, cheers for listening, guys. Let's bring on Fleetwood away next week. Come on! Cheerio. Catch you later.